Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to some more Retro Relaxin. We're going to pick up where we left off. And we're going to try not to die horribly, unfortunately. Now, the fun thing about this specific Mario that I think a lot of people missed out on is that, yeah, they think, okay, well, it was only just like a couple of things that were new. And it's like, yeah, but at the same time, there's so much more to this game. Well, that sucks. There's so much more to this game than just the cape and the Yoshi. Like, they added the ability of, like, kind of like with Castlevania, they gave you better control in the air. It made, it just made Mario more controllable and more, I guess, easier to maintain. Oh, I missed that one. Easier to maintain a flow of motion, because Mario games are supposed to be supposed to be played fast. I mean, I've watched people speedrun Mario games, and I was like, that's kind of the way they're meant to be played, if you think about it. Well, now I have to wait for these patiently. Well, never mind. This is always a power-up somewhere else. Because, I mean, realistically speaking, if you take a look at Mario games, okay, that was a fail on my part. If you look at Mario games, the faster you play them, it seems more likely that... I'll take it. That you do better when you play them quickly. Right? Like Mario 1, Mario 3. If you can maintain that speed and you can maintain the... I almost want to say agility. But I didn't want to go that far into the... that far down the rabbit hole. But if you can maintain it, you could really... I think there's a thing up there that I need a cape for, but we'll find out. Anyhow, you can really prove beyond a shadow. But should I use the directional pad or should I use the actual thing? You know what? I'll just use the directional pad. It seems to be working better. Oh. That's what I was missing. That P block. It's over here somewhere. Am I correct in assuming so? No. It's rhythm. That's the word I'm looking for. If you can keep the rhythm of Mario going, and you can keep it so that he's not... so that you're not making too many errors. I can make it over there. See? There's the one I need. And then you just... I don't think it's that one. It was that one. Well, I've just messed that up. That would have led me to the secret. Oh well, I'll come back in and I'll do it again. Anyway, if you could maintain the rhythm, then you could maintain Mario's... I'd have to say, not really even composure, but... well, that didn't help. That was even worse. Wait. Oh, I jumped, and it didn't go... That's alright. See what I mean? Once you lose that rhythm, it throws you off. It throws off the entire game. Whoa. I hate those football player looking things. Then we'll do that. Then we'll do this. Oh. Mario dropped the key. What a complete buffoon. Yeah, those football players are a real pain. No. Trying to do the secret, and I can't do it. I'm struggling right now. I am on the struggle bus, for sure. Whoa. Oh. That's rough. Maybe I should get the power up to the right. Perfect. There. Just do that. It's the easier way. Just run right through it, no big deal. So I'll take it in this way. Ha ha ha! Got him. We're getting there. Well, that wasn't smart. Perfect. Beautiful. That's the third switch down. I think there's only 4. Yeah, I think there's only 4. That's okay. We got them all so far. Alright, now we complete the level as is. What's the thing about Mario that I really like? I mean, and it's all Mario's, but this one specifically, because when I was a kid and we played Mario 1 and 3, we didn't really have Mario 2 at the time. But we did eventually get Mario 2 later. When we got Mario, it was just like, there was a challenge to it, but at the same time, the challenge was, you know, we understood that the game was going to be challenging, because obviously we didn't know anything. Looking back on it, is Mario more difficult than, say, Ghouls and Goblins, or Ghosts and Goblins? No. Is it more difficult than, say, Castlevania? No, it's not. And, you know, when people find out that it isn't as, you know, isn't as difficult as these other games, it does kind of dull the sense that when you play it again, you think to yourself, man, I couldn't do this, you know, in my childhood. I couldn't beat the game. And then you look back on it and you just beat it in no time, and you're like, did I get better? Or was I just, you know, a dumpster fire? So it's, I don't know. When you look back on it and you look at it, you know, you look at it with less of a, you know, wide-eyed wonderment, and you start looking at it with more of a, you know, critical view, I guess. If I had to give a, you know, give a statement as to what I was looking for. I can't even say a critical eye, because it's not looking at the game critically, it's just looking at the game differently. You look at it from a mature perspective. You look back on it as, wow, this game was really fun to play as a kid, and it's the same amount of fun to play as an adult. But it, well, that was foolish. But when you look at it, you're like, well, Oh yeah, I forgot those did damage. It's like playing Spotlight. Just can't be hit by them, that's all. I don't know, just, you look back on it and you have fond memories of it, but at the same time you don't. Boy, am I a fool. You see that? Just threw that pee right down the hole. That sounds like very crude toilet humor. He threw the pee down the hole. Of course you did. That's what you're supposed to do. It's the toilet, after all. I told this local card shop place that they need to get their Switches hooked up with the Nintendo account so that they can get the Virtual Console. That way they could do, like, classic speedruns. Play Ninja Gaiden and do a speedrun on it. Oh, I think that would be kind of cool, You go to the local place and it's like speedrun Saturdays. Just set a 5-minute timer and see how far people can get. And it would be like, $2 entry or something like that. $1.50 entry. Make it cheap, you don't have to make it too expensive, and then the winner, takes the pot. Because, I mean, if they're playing retro games, they're gonna be speedrunning it. It's like, are we talking speedrun any percent? Because then that raises an interesting question. Because if you could just speedrun it any percent, then it wouldn't matter really what you do in the game, so long as you beat the final boss, or you get as far as you can. I wouldn't say fit any percent, but I would say they should do it. I don't know if it should be any percent, but maybe. That's the age-old troll right there. What you didn't see is you didn't see me hanging my head in shame for falling for it. That part you didn't see. Oh, good. I'm doing a crackerjack job right now. But I honestly think a speedrun, speedrun competition would be interesting, especially in the older games. Not so much like Castlevania, because, ooh. But, I mean, there was old games on TV way back when I was a kid that they would show these kids coming on, and they were playing, a game that it was not a well-known game. It had, like, recently come out, and, the people running the show had a copy of the game, and they had these kids come on and try to get as far as they could in the game without, in a time limit. And that's what they were doing. It was this big speedrun thing. I forgot the name of the show. I know that they made a movie called The Wizard, where you use the Power Glove, and that was so bad. Trust me, the Power Glove is a torture device that you don't wish upon your enemies. But the thing is that I remember it distinctly. They had these people on, and they were all like younger, kids, like 6, 7 years old, that kind of thing. They were all playing video games, trying to do like this speed run thing. I'll never forget it, but I don't remember the name of the show. But I'll never forget seeing it. Like they put him on like level, the Castlevania level with all the cogwheels, and they had them basically doing a race against one another in like a 5-minute time to see who could make it farther through that Castlevania level. And then the winner moved on to like the semifinals or whatever. It was the weirdest show, but I loved it. They need to bring something like that back. But I can't even say that, like... I can't even say that, like, modern games have lost their luster, though. Because they really haven't. Like, I play Black Ops, I play Call of Duty. I play, I'm going to be playing Path of Exile 2 when when it finally comes out for free, because I'm not going to buy it if I can get it for free. But yeah, I mean, it's like, I play modern games. Set that there. There we go. But I don't think modern games are terrible. I think that there's a lot of things that are going on in a modern game that are going bad. And you play a retro game, there's nothing here. There's no political message, there's no agenda, it's just you in the game. And if you can't do something, it's not because the game is a cheap game and it was designed poorly. In most cases, it was, I mean, you gotta think, these people had limitations on their hardware. Even the SNES and everything, they all had limitations on their hardware, so it wasn't that the game was made poorly, and it wasn't that the game was cheap and trying to cheat you out of something. Not at all. In fact, it was quite the opposite. It was the game you just didn't do it. And it's something you can blame on yourself. It's kind of like playing Ninja Gaiden, right? You play Ninja Gaiden or some of those older, more challenging games. Who do you blame? You don't make the jump. You can blame the controller, sure. And, the old NES controllers would wear out because they had that. Trust me, I used to tear them apart and fix them. Back in the day, we used to get the little pads. You'd get... What's the words I'm looking for? There were little replacement pads that you put underneath them that made the NES have that specific look and feel. And you'd have to take it apart with a screwdriver and replace those pads. And when you did, the old pads, you'd have tears in them because people would press on them too hard. And it was hard to keep an NES up and maintained, per se. But one of the things I will say is with an NES, when they tell you never use rubbing alcohol for your cartridges, don't believe it. If you could get rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip and put it on your cartridge, you were just fine. You were 100% fine. Because you could just take the Q-tip with a little bit of rubbing alcohol on it, rub it on the cartridge, get all the dust and dirt off of it and the grime, and then just dry it off with another Q-tip, and it was pristine. They would sell, and this is the weird part, they would sell kits that were like NES repair kit, like not NES repair kits, but cleaning kits. They would sell like NES cleaning kits specifically for NES. You tool bag. Got it. Anyway, they would sell these very specific, well, that didn't work. So, they would sell these very specific cleaning kits. That's the words I was looking for. They were selling these NES cleaning kits. It's like, oh, just rub this on your NES cartridge, or plug your cartridge into here, and use this solution, and it's a certified solution licensed by Nintendo. And it was literally just like 40% isopropyl. You were literally buying rubbing alcohol from Nintendo and paying extra money for it. Like, more than one time, we opened it and we could smell the isopropyl on it. And we were just like, yeah, it's just rubbing alcohol. And so we just decided no longer to buy those cleaning kits. And we also had this little abrasive contact cleaner. Worked really well at cleaning the cartridges as well. It's just one of those things you have to do, you know. But the maintenance on an NES was kind of like that. You had to make sure your games were running right. Everybody did the old blowing the cartridge trick, which never really seemed to work, but everybody thought it worked, and so it worked by the power of suggestion. If only. But it was, I mean, it was a great time back then. I didn't even... It's a guessing game. Really? Wow. Who would have thought that this guy was difficult because of the fireball that's wandering around? So, like I was saying, the cleaning kits never really did work, per se. I mean, they had the potential. But we figured out that they just didn't work. Nevertheless, our NES never died on us. We ended up selling it. Oh, my brother ended up selling it, actually. To somebody down the street. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. We ended up getting an SNES. Thinking, well, it's going to be just fine. The SNES is a Super Nintendo, therefore it's better just by, you know, principle of it saying Super. Yeah. Yeah, it was that childhood mentality of, you know, you put the word Super or Mega on it, and you automatically had to have it. Well, that was foolish. But yeah. Simpler times back then. They need to bring out a Sega Genesis emulator. They really do. I mean, Sega is pretty much bending over backwards for anybody that's got money. So if you've got a billfold, you could be like, hey, Sega, you know, spin around in circles wearing this, you know, ballet skirt. And they'd do it if you paid them enough. That's just how Sega is lately. And people say, well, they've lost their standards. No, they didn't lose their standards. They're a corporation and they want to stay relevant. They want to stay making money. What they should have done is they should not have burned everybody on the Sega Saturn. Had they not burned everybody on the Sega Saturn, you'd have had people buying the Dreamcast. The problem is, well, everybody that wanted the Saturn was like, well, it was a standalone, like, 32X, or a standalone Sega CD. And then nobody wanted it. No, wait, the Neptune was a 32X. The Sega Saturn was a scrapped project, which was based loosely off of the Sega CD, if I recall correctly. I may be wrong. Nevertheless, so people got burned by it. And then the best system to come along in ages, nobody purchased. It didn't sell hardly any units. And that was the Sega Dreamcast. The Sega Dreamcast was incredible. Absolutely incredible system. It was. We have one. Well, I say we, but I have one. My brother left it here, and he's just like, "That's fine." He's like, He's like, "I don't want to take it with me. He's like, "I'm not worried about it. I'm not gonna have enough room for it anyway." So he left it here, and I'm like, "Hey, man, the Sega Dreamcast is like incredible. It was such an incredible system." This is a real cheesy bridge. Safe to say I saw it coming. Because it's motorized saws. Don't worry, my jokes get worse. This is a really interesting level. Cheesy bridge, but interesting level. Oh, I needed Yoshi in here, didn't I? I did. That was horrible. What's this? Oh, just a place where I have to dodge a whole boatload of bullet bills. Oh, okay. I love the music in this game, too. It's one of those games that I guess you don't really, like, appreciate the music. Unless you, like, I don't know. I guess unless you lived through it, really. Then you appreciate it a lot more. There was a secret in there. But I need a Yoshi. So we gonna go get a Yoshi. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna try not to lose the Yoshi while we make all those difficult jumps. And that'll probably be the last thing I do on this video. Because I'm trying to show you all the secrets in this Retro Relaxin thing. I may pop over to the NES. Also, I want to know. Leave a comment. Because again, I love getting comments. Because it gives me direction. Leave a comment. Let me know if you want to see me do, or if you want to see me attempt swordless Zelda 1 run. So I don't ever pick up the sword in Zelda 1. I try to make it through the entire game without a sword. So if you want to see me try a swordless Zelda 1 run, let me know. And I'll see what I can do. There might come a time where, you know, and it ends up getting soft locked. It's very possible. You ever notice that how they take away score now? Like, realistically look at it. When's the last time a game really worried about a score? Know what I mean? Atari era, NES era, Sega. When did they stop scoring it? When did they stop saying, "Oh, okay, well, we don't have to worry about the score anymore because, well, it's a game, there's a completion, there's a end boss, there's a goal. Scores don't matter anymore." That's kind of an interesting concept, I think. That wasn't the secret exit. Oh, it was. It didn't open anything up, though. Interesting. That was just a secret exit. Cool. I like it. I hope you had fun watching this, because I had fun playing it. I always have fun playing this game. I always have fun playing retro games. Don't worry, I'm going to be playing different retro games later. I'm not going to just sit here and do Super Mario World. But what we're going to do is we're going to create the suspend point. That way we can pick up where we left off exactly. And then we are going to go to the game selection. Now, look at that guy on the soccer cover. Looks like Donald Trump. We head back out here, and we will go over to the NES. Now, there is something I wanted to show. Now, no, hold on. Having a small little cough fit here. It's fine. No worries. Where is it? The first Zelda. Zelda 2 Adventures of Link. There it is. Beautiful. Tool. Matter of fact, I'll put in the name Swordless as much as I can. I think you can only put in 8 letters, so it'll be Sword LES, Swordless. His name is Les, and he has no swords. Swordless. We're gonna try it, but not right now. We'll get to it eventually. But other than that, I mean, there's so many games that I do want to play through. I loved Super Dodgeball. I'll show you some Super Dodgeball real quick. Sam, Randy, and Steve. Yeah, the flickering is intentional, trust me. Like, that's the way it was back then. That guy went around the world. Oh, I can get him. Got him. Now, this game does get harder as time goes on, because they catch on to how to catch the speed. That's also a trick right there. If you ever decided to play Super Dodgeball with some friends, see, they caught that one. Now, this is the one I call the Darth Fader. F-A-D-E-R. Because it's got a fade to it. Steve's the only one that can do it, too. Got him. Wait a minute, that hit Sam? How did that hit Sam? Right in the back of the head. Take it. Poor Sam's just getting beanballed right now. I'm playing like manure. It's fine, don't worry about it. Got him. Got him. There's people that speedrun this a lot better than me. Much, much better than me. See, eventually they start catching it. I think the Russians play worse than, like, India and Ethiopia in this game. I think it's Ethiopia. That was weak. This was made by the same people that did Super NES World Cup or something like that. Which, NES World Cup was great. That was a great game. It was the Tecmos group, I think. Missed. That's terrible. Man, I'm missing them. And yes, you can direct the ball after you throw it. When you throw it horizontally across the entire court like that, you can direct the ball. There is some sort of like granular movement. A lot of the people like to use the end line too, that you notice. Well, I've noticed in this game that they do like to use the end line a lot. I don't, because it doesn't really work. I've never seen, like... I've never seen somebody beat this game using just the end line. Oh, he caught it. I'll take that right in the face. Oh, he couldn't catch that one, did he? I can catch them. They must not be that skilled. I mean, yeah, they're computer, but... Catching these is a matter of, like, timing it just right. You literally have to catch the frame just right as it comes in. Which is kind of hard, considering your character's flicker. And the one you're on flickers. And you have all these characters just kind of flickering all the time. It makes it hard to see, you know... which one's gonna catch the ball or not. And then you have to time it, and it's like... It's kind of difficult. And there is a delay in the catch animation, in terms of, like... Jeez, man. Just say a pelted swat me like 3 times with that ball, and he's still not going down. Ouch. Sam can't take another hit. Because if you lose one guy, you don't get to fight the Shadow team. He's gone. Got him. Saved it. Right at the last second. Helgi, Knut, and Hans. Sorry, Hans. No bullets. Name the movie. Better yet, not only name the movie, name the villain's last name. They need Mega Man on this game, on these things, but Capcom's too stingy about it. I have to wait for him to sit there and all cross-eyed and drooling from being concussed by a dodgeball. He's down. See what I mean? Like, Iceland has a ton of health, but they're not that good. This is just like a supremely fun game. They did remake this, I believe, for the DS. Oh, great. I just threw it down to the... Just walked it down to the end line for him. I was like, here, take it. Just take the ball. I don't need it. They were so polite to just pass it to me like that. He's done. I didn't hook the ball down. I didn't hook it down enough. That's not gonna be good. Got him. Short turn fader. Got him. He's gone. Kenya. That was it. I thought that was Ethiopia. Can you imagine if they did a World Dodgeball Tournament? That'd be kind of cool. Think about that for a second. The best dodgeball players meet and they start having a dodgeball competition like this. Oh, not good. Got him. I thought I threw it way too early right there. I thought I had him though. Ooh, that was a good one. Ooh, he's down. Combo to the grave. I'm almost done with it. This is the semifinals. Figured I'd throw this in as a bonus. That was terrible. This guy's throwing lasers, like, the whole time. Well, no wonder he is named after Mount Fuji. Nailed him. Got him. Combo to the grave. Russia. I think they should do like a dodgeball tournament. Like a global, just goodwill dodgeball tournament. But yeah, why isn't dodgeball an Olympic sport? They should make it an Olympic sport. I mean, they had breakdancing. So let's be real here. So, like, you know, you had... And if I figure if Ray Gun can go out and make a fool of herself, then, you know, why can't people go around having dodgeball tournaments? Oof, they caught that one. Ain't gonna catch this one, though. Ivan's dead. Pavel's dead. All that's left is Boris. What was that, Sam? Where were you throwing that ball? I'll take that. Take it, Boris. I gotta wait for Boris to get out of his stupor. Oi, Gopnik, too many drinks. Too much semishki and vodka. An around the world shot. Shadow Team. Apparently the Russians were working on this the whole time. This was their secret plan. I've played against too many people that play like Sam. And they throw that very quick laser beam. And then it's like, you can catch that. That's pretty quick. Oof. Beanball's quite fun too, especially if you have two players. If you have two players, Beanball's a great time. I'm slowly picking them apart. That was terrible. It still hit him. It was terrible, though. Yeah, they're pretty much down to the... They're almost out of the... They're almost down and out for the count. Randy's gone. Sorry, Shadow Randy. Let me say it correctly. It's Shadow Randy. Shadow Steve's gone. He ain't making a comeback. Yeah, this is the thing, is like, you know, once you've played this game enough, it's just that easy. That's the whole game. I did it in like, what, 12 minutes? Yeah. Well, anyhow, that was Super Dodgeball. I just threw that in there at the end. That's actually, yeah, it was ImageSoft. It wasn't Tecmos. I stand corrected. Nevertheless, I hope everybody has a wonderful evening, a fantastic tomorrow, or a fantastic evening and a wonderful tomorrow. Made that mistake more than once now. And, as always, have a good one.